Hey guys, coming to you this morning. Gonna do the weekend recap from Saturday, September 28th. We had some good ass fights, big card on pay-per-view. So we're gonna break down every one of them, take a look at it. We start with I'm not gonna go in perfect order. I'm gonna go in terms of importance. Well, you know what? I will go in order. Let's start with the John Molina Jr. Josesito Lopez fight. Man, I was really expecting a better performance out of John Molina, but Josesito Lopez put it on his ass, man. He really looked good, and excuse me. I think that kind of speaks to how good of a performance he put on back in January against Keith Thurman. Lopez really came out strong. He knocked Molina down early. I thought he had him out of there, and he should have had him out of there in the first round. But Molina showed a lot of heart. The ref let the fight keep going. Lopez just broke his ass down and scored that 9th round TKO. So big time win right there for Lopez. Really puts his best foot forward. Lopez is one of those guys where, he's going to get looked at because he does have a name and he's been around. So somebody might give him a crack just to, stay busy. Looking around the division, some of the guys are possibilities. There's guys that he probably doesn't want to see, but would be good options, going forward. A rematch with Keith Thurman wouldn't be bad. A fight with Sean Porter would be entertaining. Why not go after Terrence Crawford if the fight can be made over on ESPN and Top Rank? There's other good matchups. Sergey Lipinets wouldn't be bad. Yordenis Ugas wouldn't be bad in terms of top 10 talent. So I think he's going to want to get in there with a name or a champion, and I really think he needs to, if he wants a champion, he needs to look at the proper channels and the right guys, and keep the option open to possibly going to ESPN and challenging Terrence Crawford. Because Crawford's dying for opponents right now, and I think he'd love to face a guy who, pretty much beat John Molina the same way he did, dominated him, stopped him in the 8th, 9th round, and then a guy that took Keith Thurman to the limit. I think Crawford would love to fight a guy like that. And he's got somewhat of a name. So Crawford, again, is starving for opponents. I think Lopez would be a good option. It'd be for the world title. So I think Lopez would be open to it, but can the promoters make the fight happen? We'll see. But good performance by him. Next up, Mario Barrios, undefeated prospect on the rise. Fought for the vacant WBA regular title. And he had a lot more trouble than expected. He ended up walking away with a decision win, but he really struggled in this one. It was a hard-fought battle, and he walked away with the win. Stays undefeated. He's now WBA regular champion, so he holds a piece of a world title, but, he still hasn't really beaten anybody. And the guy that he fought, this Russian, wasn't a name, so we kind of don't know how good this guy still really is. Co-feature saw David Benavidez regain the WBC super middleweight title, which is 168 pounds, with a pretty impressive performance against Anthony Dirrell. He broke him down, stopped him in the 9th round. Dirrell fought better than I thought he was going to fight, though. I really thought Dirrell was going to get blasted out early and quick, and he fought his ass off. It was a good fight. A cut was suffered in it, but Benavidez just broke him down. 9th round TKO, and he is once again the world champion. Big time win for him. What sucks is there won't be a what's next, so just letting you know what he's doing next, almost for sure, is he's going to defend his title against Turkish contender Avni Yildirim in his next fight. Yildirim is, fought Anthony Dirrell, and a lot of people thought he beat Dirrell back in February for the vacant title, but they gave it to Dirrell in that fight. So the WBC ordered months ago that Yildirim would be facing the winner of Benavidez and Dirrell. Now that that's done with, Benavidez looks like he's going to have to face Avni Yildirim next in his first defense. So expect that one. And now we look to the main event that saw undefeated Errol Spence Jr. get a hard-fought 12-round split decision over Sean Porter. He really had to work his ass off in this one. I thought he was gonna dominate the action and win by wider scores or even stop Porter. He did hurt Porter in the late rounds, kind of scored a flash knockdown, but he did really hurt him. But then, yeah, Porter is just a hog, man. I mean, you got to respect this guy. He is just an absolute hog. Not sure after that performance how good, Spence is overall. Is he on a Terrence Crawford level? We kind of don't know because Crawford hasn't got the opportunity to face a guy like Shawn Porter. And I really hope Porter, after this loss, I would love to see him face a guy like Crawford. This was a big fight, so I'm probably going to do a what's next on both of these guys, Porter and Errol Spence. And because it was such a close decision, I think it's only fair to both of them. But, yeah, Porter put up a great fucking fight. Errol Spence, though, had to dig deep. He had to work hard, and he did. And he did. Over and over, he got pushed to the limit against Porter and had to work his ass off. And I was impressed by both guys and the way they performed. Congratulations to Shawn Porter, to Errol Spence, but also to Shawn Porter, the veteran. His ass is still in the mix with nothing to hang his head about, and we'll talk about what's next on him on Sunday. We'll break that one down. And then, also I'll talk about Errol Spence and what he's got going next, because it looks like he's already got his next fight, good to go, or in the can at least. So we'll keep you posted on that. We'll let you know. A lot of big things happening in the welterweight division. This was a fantastic fight, and was really worth the money if you paid for it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.